Good evening, makers. Welcome to another PhDyer vlog. Although it's been a sad week, pop-up past, we are relieved because he's waited so many years to be with Grandma, and he was suffering towards the end, so we're just grateful that he's not suffering anymore, but, you know, sad that he's gone. So we spent some good time with him while he was here at home for as long as we possibly could. He only spent a couple days in the hospital at the end, which unfortunately we weren't allowed to go and see him. At that point, he wasn't really in his right mind to even know that it would have been us, and was so angry. I don't think that the visit would have been meaningful, so I try to just think of my goodbyes as before that, when I had lunch with him, and, you know, each morning when we had breakfast, and we got to spend a little time watching TV during those times, and, you know, before, like, in between when he slept. So we had some meaningful time, and then towards the end it just got really, really bad really quickly. So we're relieved but sad. The funeral is on Tuesday. Today is actually Saturday. So we have a few days. Unfortunately, I guess we only could invite immediate family because of COVID, and we have to practice social distancing, so it's going to be a bit strange having to have a mask on for a couple hours. They are doing a viewing and a mass, so it's going to be tough, but, you know, it's the last thing we get to do for him before, you know, it's all over. And he actually has a plot where my grandmother was, so he's going to be buried with her in the same plot. So they truly are reunited, and so I think that's really wonderful. They've been together since they were really, really young, and she died very, very young of cancer, so it's nice to think of them kind of meeting up again after all these years. So yeah, it's been a sad week, but I have been knitting more than I usually get to, which is really exciting. Normally I don't get the time, or I couldn't take the time, because the past few months I've been generally just taking care of Pop-Up and running up and down the stairs and kind of being all crazy, so things have been a little tough, and the last few days I took some time to really delve into my knitting, take some time to kind of process and, you know, relax and kind of heal from what's been happening. So although it's been sad, it's also been a really creative week, a time that I've gotten quite a bit done to kind of help myself to cope.
This is serious business. It's take two. This is not the same spin dryer that was awful the other time we opened one, because it was like a tanker toy. It was honestly built really horrible. Come here, Doug. Look, Doug's like, what's inside? Look at his face. I think the Panda's one that other dyers use too, so we'll see. Oh, and you can see through the lid. I like that.
That's really nice.
How do you, oh, there's a latch.
It's a safety feature.
There's like a latch here.
Yeah,
It shows you how to do it.
Okay. Oh, it's heavy.
It is. Yeah, it's gotta be.
Oh, there's a button to
Open it.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, and that's to press down the stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, this looks really nice.
I hope it'll be.
Oh my god!
What if it's not? It is. It's not down.
This is amazing. Look at all the water coming out of it!
That's insane.
Oh my god, it's saving me hours!
This is gonna streamline everything for you.
Wow, how fast
You really
is
didn't
it?
need
It
my help
goes
for anything.
really fast.
Here for more support.
Oh my gosh. Alright, the water's slowing down. Maybe we should unplug it.
Come out with a fall collection, and you will be the first to see that. I will give you a sneak peek. And that should be out this upcoming Friday. So next Friday. But I don't think I'll give you a sneak peek on here. I will give you I'll give you a sneak peek on here so you can kind of see what they look like and see what you think, and maybe what you want to do if you want to purchase some. Don't forget, you always have 10% off, so I'll make a code for that, and I'll post the usual photo shoot so you guys can see all the new colorways. Sammy has come up with quite a few charms for these that are absolutely adorable, so she's still got them in the works, so I may not put them, you may not see them today, but you will see them when I post the photo shoot, and you'll get to see the pairs. But you'll get to see the colorways today. And I have a finished object. I am wearing my finished object. It has been blocking. It's that Birds of a Feather shawl that I'm sure you are sick and tired of by now because I've been showing you a ton of it lately. The wingspan on this is absolutely incredible. It took basically like every pin I had to block it and every blocking square. But it came out really wonderful. There are a few things, like I mentioned last time, that aren't great. I think I need to watch some videos on picking up stitches and watch some videos on how to fix some of the mistakes that I make, because I feel like when I fixed them I actually made them a little worse than I should have. But overall I'm really thrilled with it. It came out beautiful. Originally this shawl was supposed to be done with some mohair in it, and I've altered it to include a third color that was a fingering weight yarn, and I'm really happy with the way the soft colors go together. When I blocked it, I opened it up quite a bit. So you can see like the lace, the feather and fan lace is a lot more prominent now. So I'm really happy with how it opened the lace up and how that's gonna lay. And yeah, it is just huge, which I'm super excited about because I just love huge shawls. Like, I mean, I like little ones that you can just kind of throw around your neck, but like this, you can like wear this, like actually wear it, and I love that. I'm gonna look up a few ways to wear shawls. I never got to wear them in the laboratory, but this one, and it's so stunning, like with the lace on the side and all. So really loving it. I love the shape. I love the altered kind of triangle shape. Almost makes like a rhombus in the middle, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I am absolutely in love with it. So I'll probably do a photo shoot with this, and it smells delicious from the wool wash. Love that. So I will do a photo shoot with this so you can see what it looks like all opened up, and you can really see it in full view. So I think for my next shawl, if you remember, I told you I wanted to do the Veeder shawl. I'll show you a picture of that here. So I wanted to do this V kind of altered V shawl. And I originally, if you remember, I told you I was going to do it in these colorways. But I've since then dyed up a fall set, and I think I really want to use the fall set to knit this up. Because fall's coming and it's only a couple months away. And even though it's summer and I really would love to do the bright colors, I think I'll put this on hold and maybe do something else out of this in the meantime, something quicker, maybe like a hat or something. I'll think about that. But for now, I think I do want to do the fall colors. I just fell in love with them after I dyed them. So I really want to get them on the needles. And then to show you guys what they look like would be nice. So I'll show you what the fall colors look like. So I've come up with what I think is kind of, some of them are cliche and some of them are very, I think very novel that I haven't seen other dyers do. So the first one I named Toasted Pumpkin Seeds. So it has hints of like ivory. Let me see if I can turn another light on so you can see it a little better. Let's turn this one on. Okay, see if that helps. So this colorway has, yeah, it's a little bit better. Has a bunch of different ivories in it. And then on top it is speckled with what should resemble, like, you know when you do toasted pumpkin seeds in the fall and you get like those little bits of pumpkin still kind of left before you wash them off? Well, there is some orange there to depict the pumpkin, and then the little toasted, I did speckles. So it looks like toasted speckles almost because it's got like browns and a little bit of blacks in there. And of course the orange. So I named it Toasted Pumpkin Seed. This is like my favorite. Well, one of my favorites out of the collection. And it goes really well with the next one. Which I think we're calling Pumpkin Spice. So like I said, it's like one of those cliche ones. This is Pumpkin Spice. It has speckles as well. It's over dyed with speckles. So it has like this rich pumpkin color in variegated tones. So you can see you get like those darker spots there, some lighter pumpkin, and it's all throughout. And then it's over dyed with some darker like brownish and red speckles. So I don't know if you can see that. There we go. So it's over dyed with some speckles in there for that spicy kind of feeling. Yeah, so I think these two really go good together. And I think I'm gonna do a shawl in these, and I'll talk about that in a minute because I actually want these in one other color. The next one is Little Red Truck. This is actually inspired by the cross stitch I've been doing. So I haven't actually done a Little Red Truck cross stitch, but it's a really popular thing in cross stitch, and I think when winter comes around, that's going to be one that I really want to do because I love all the little red truck portraits that all the cross stitch people are doing. So this is Little Red Truck, and it is Little Red Truck red, obviously, in variegated tonal kind of tones. And it's kind of hard to see on camera, but it's actually speckled as well. It has like an over dyed speckle of a russet kind of color. But I think it's a stunning, beautiful red. It too goes really well with these for like a shawl or a sweater. I think they go really good together for the fall. This one I originally was going to name Senescence. I'm still on the fence about the name. So for those of you, if you don't know what senescence is, it is the process of, well, it can be used in context of aging, but when you're talking about plants, senescence can be used to explain like the changing of the leaf colors. So when you see like leaves go from green to yellow to red or reddish brown, that's senescence. And I really like the reddish brown and purples and those deep colors that we got in the mountains near South Carolina. So I had dyed a skein that kind of mimics that, and it has all those purplish browns and pinks, and I wanted to name it Senescence. But then Samantha looked at it and she said she thinks it looks more like a Japanese maple. I think that's what she said, Japanese maple. So we're between the two names. If you have a suggestion, please let me know. I think it does look like a Japanese maple, and we may stick with that. But either or, but it is beautiful. I think the colors definitely ring fall. It's those deep kind of moody colors for the fall. Very pretty. This is one of my favorites. And then the last one is a little bit torn between Halloween and fall. I really love the look of a raven because I think their black isn't just black, it has like way more depth to it. So if you look at a raven, they actually have an undertone of blue. Like there's like a sheen to their feathers. And they just, for me, remind me of fall. So I did a raven colorway, and I did a black with an undertone of blue, just like a raven. So this is a bit darker than the other ones, but I think it's stunning. And there will be a Halloween collection out after this, so I think maybe this one can even be mixed in with some of those colorways. But I just loved the process of dyeing this because I haven't before done an over dye to this extent, and trying to get the correct blue on the bottom with the black to come through but not cover the blue all the way was a little challenging, but I think it came out great. Do you see that? It really looks like, I think it really looks like raven colors and raven sheen, like the feathers. So this is raven. So this one will have a charm, this one will have a charm, this one will have a charm, and I think this one will have a charm. So all four of these. I don't know if she's making a charm for pumpkin spice yet, but I'd imagine she probably will. So there may be a charm for everyone in this collection, which is really rare, but Sammy's favorite season is fall. So it does not surprise me that she went a little insane with the charms. And I've seen the ones for the Little Red Truck and for the what originally might be Senescence or the Japanese maple, and they are so stunning. Oh, and the raven one. This one, wow. So she's making some really awesome charms. So you'll get to see those. So for the Veter shawl, I think what I'm going to do is pair it with one of my tonals. So I think I am going to do these. This is Outlaw. It was a tonal that I put out. And I think Outlaw and the toasted pumpkin seeds go really good together. And I think the orangey pumpkin spice brings out the slight orange in this. So I'm really loving these three together, and I think this is going to be my shawl. And then I'll have it for when the fall weather comes through. Yeah, so I think I'm going to do these three, and if I knit them up, I think you'll be able to get a good sense of what they look like before maybe you decide if you want to buy them or not. And again, this is the toasted pumpkin seeds. This is Outlaw from the Tonal Collection in a mohair silk base. And this is the pumpkin spice colorway. So these will be out on Friday for those of you that are looking for them. And I'll make a coupon code so you can get 10% off. So I think they all kind of go good together, honestly. I'm excited about them. And then there'll be a Halloween collection probably a few weeks after that. And you'll get to see the Halloween ones as well. So I've been working on a sock for to show off the steampunk kits. The only steampunk kit that I haven't sold is the flying machine. I don't think it's quite as popular. And honestly, if I look at the three of them, I actually don't like flying machine as much as I like steampunk romance and the gears and cogs one. But now that I knit it up, I think it'll make a really nice sock. So this is just the toe I have so far. And you might have seen it on Instagram, but I had to rip it out twice. The cat is literally, wait, just stay where you are. The cat is literally trying to eat her food. Kitty.
Kitty.
Kitty. He really wants it.
No, he doesn't. I just let him.
I feel like he really wants
now
it.
you're going into boiling tea.
He's being bad.
I'm sorry about you.
Yeah, so here's the sock, and this is flying machine. I don't know if they can see it. Oh, there we go. It's a little bit better. So this is flying machine. Makes cool little variegated greens, blues, and grays. And then this is that blunderbuss mini. So if you want to see the cake, there's the cake. It's very difficult to see
What was
it.
in these?
I don't know. So this is the cake. It's pretty, right? And then the blunderbuss was just the variegated gray tone. This one, the 20 gram mini. And I really like it. I think it's going to make a nice pair of socks. Although I'm a horrible sock knitter. I keep finding that out every time I pick socks up. I just have to rip them out 50 times and I just can't make them right. I don't know what it is. Toes and heels are just something I'm not capable of, apparently. But that's my third attempt on that one, and it's coming out alright, so we'll see how it goes. And I'll show you more of that progress after I knit on it for a little while. But just so you can get a sense of what it looks like. I made a pretty good amount of progress on my sheer V sweater. So I have all the ribbings on now. And I've started to do the increases for the sweater. Although I feel like I'm having a lot of trouble with the 100% superwash base. The fingering weight one. I feel like I have a lot of trouble with tension. I feel like my tension is an issue with the ribbing. And then even up here, if you look. So like I said last time, I gotta watch some videos on tension. What?
It all equaled out.
What, with the blocking?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so maybe with blocking, this will be... She was saying about my tension. This had issues with tension as well.
Yeah, now it doesn't.
And then I blocked it, and it seemed to kind of fix a lot of that. But I guess I'll cut myself some slack. Technically, these are like the first garments I've ever knit, because...
Wow.
I mean, I've only done a couple things here and there, so I can't expect it to be perfect. So, this is increasing. I'm loving the mother of pearl colorway. It's really great. I think it's even going to go great in the winter, you know, like that snowy kind of look. It's got like the blues and pinks. I love that. I think even in the winter as like a pullover, it might be really nice. So I made a lot of progress on that. And what else am I working on? Oh, Mommy has relinquished her succulent. Oh, you're in the middle of a row. It's dangerous.
It's
This is that Birds of a Feather. As soon as I finished one, now I'm going to be doing another one. But look at how pretty it is. Oh, I love it. And this one actually has mohair. Mine didn't. So I'm kind of excited to make one with mohair. This is the Echeverria colorway, which I'm going to keep in the shop even in the winter. Like, I'm getting rid of some of the summer ones and I put up a sale, but this isn't one of them. I'm going to keep this one. Succulents are popular, I feel like, all year round. They're just a popular thing.
Gorgeous.
So I'm loving it. And the pops of pink in here are just, you can actually really see it over here. Let's see if I can see the pink in there. It's like little bits of pink. I love that. Oh, the cat's after it. Get out, kitty. So I'll start working on this. I haven't actually done anything on it yet, but she's giving me that to work on. I had my Ziggy shawl, which you've seen probably a billion times, and I do a couple rows here and there of it, but I haven't worked too much on it because I started doing this shawl. But I'll probably work on that in between everything else. It gets hard because when you dye yarn, you have to kind of knit your own stuff to show people what it looks like. So that's out of somebody else's yarn, and then so is this. This was for the shawl knit along, but I have to start knitting my own yarn to show you what it looks like. Oh yeah, give me that. And then Mommy is doing the other steampunk kit. The Steampunk Romance. I don't have my charm on mine yet. I should put it on there. The Steampunk Romance, and she's doing Cuff Down, which is probably what I should have done. But it looks really cool. It's like this faded kind of heather purple, which is pretty neat.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Cake looks nice too. See? Beautiful purple. This one's still my favorite next to the cogs and gears. And that's her mini. And we'll show you guys an update when she has a heel put in. You're going to do what, a heel flap and gusset or no?
No.
Afterthought?
No. I'll get a heel in. I don't know what I'm doing.
Okay. We want to get a heel in right away, so I don't know that she'll do the afterthought. But I've never done that one, so I probably should. Maybe I should try that.
That was easy to do. We just had a...
This was my charm. Actually, I should put this on mine right now. So the only one we haven't started knitting up is the Gears and Cogs colorway, which actually I really like. I might, but see, I'm such a horrible sock knitter. I mean, I guess I'll get better, but
that one was good.
Yeah, I mean, I knitted a really nice Springtime Zen. Remember that Springtime Zen sock I did? But you should have seen what I went through to get that sock. Like, I couldn't even believe how difficult it was to knit a sock. Okay, here's this with the charm.
I love it. It's all garter.
That's the little flying machine. Oh, the flying machine charm. It's super cute. Look, he's got a little like propeller. It's like a little boat with a balloon on top. And if any of you have ever seen like steampunk stuff, you'll know what the flying machine is. If you haven't, you should look up steampunk. It's pretty cool. It's like this futuristic kind of world. A lot of like, what are those people called? Cosplay and Comic-Con people. They do a lot of steampunk. And I just thought the colors were beautiful, so I've been wanting to do kits for it for a while.
Yeah.
Where's that other? Oh, so I'm starting to collaborate with Alicia, her name is. Alicia Wallace, I think her name is. From Diva Knits Design Company. And she's done her first design, so she's a brand new designer. And she has asked me to team up with her to make kits for her new weave and fade shawl. So I'll be doing that next, and you guys will get to see the yarn. But it's kind of interesting because it's almost like intarsia knitting.
How many
Because
skeins?
I think this is a 3 skein.
Okay. Why don't you do that one with that?
Maybe I will, but I wanted to do hers in her actual kits. I'm going to be dyeing up kits tomorrow for this.
Oh, okay.
So I'll be knitting hers in one of the kits. She was looking for more like jewel tones.
Oh, okay.
So I came up with a couple different color palettes for her, and she chose 2 days ago what she likes, and I think I'll dye that up tomorrow for her.
Yeah. she's a nice lady.
Yeah, she's very sweet. She bought my floral keepsake recently and she was raving about it. She's just so excited to knit it.
I gotta get back on that too.
But yeah, this is kind of like intarsia knitting because you like alternate colors a whole lot. I haven't like gotten in depth in reading it, but from what I can see, you're constantly alternating colors. So I guess this is kind of how you would alternate if you were knitting with a sweater's quantity and you didn't want the color pooling. You would keep alternating between skeins. It kind of rubs me that way. Like that's the way I think it should be knit now that I'm reading it. But once I get more in depth with it, I'll kind of get more in depth with what I think and how it knits up and things like that. But for now, I think it's going to be kind of tough because I've never actually knitted anything that way. But I think it's going to be a learning experience because it'll kind of teach me how to alternate skeins, which is something I haven't done a lot of at all. But it makes a beautiful fabric. And I think we talked about doing a trio, because it's 3 yarns, of like at least one that's speckled and then maybe some that are like almost making a gradient, like a darker and a lighter and something like that. So, but I know she's a real fan of speckles, so I'm definitely going to put that in there. So it seems like you alternate to make the weave, so it looks like a basket weave almost. So I'm thinking I'll do like a gradient, one darker, one lighter, and then something speckled to do those large garter sections that she has here. And I think that'll look really pretty, and it'll be in jewel tones. And she also picked another color palette that's like cappuccinos and mauves, which I think is going to be really nice. So yeah, I'm going to work with her to do that. And then the only other thing I'm working on that I've been diligently working on, which might not seem like a whole lot of progress, but I've ripped it out like 3 times, is this Jolly July. I know I keep showing this, but a little bit of progress here and there goes a long way. It's this cute little sheep scene from the Farmhouse Christmas by Little House Needleworks. I kind of almost have the whole border now. Yeah, I'm only missing like 4 or 5 snowflakes on the one end. I don't know if you can see it. See where that thread breaks down there? I only have like 4 or 5 left for the border. So I'll probably finish that tonight or tomorrow. And then I'll get to start on maybe the barn. Or if I start in the left-hand corner, I suppose I'll be doing another large snowflake and maybe the tip of the barn. So I'll see if I can get that going. I kept like, so it's like 1 snowflake and then 1 square, 1 snowflake, 1 square, 1 snowflake, 1 square. And it just kept alternating. And for some reason I'd get going really good and then realize that like all the way up the row, I missed that 1 square and did like snowflake, snowflake. So my brain had a moment and I didn't do it right and had to rip all the way back from the bottom of that row all the way to the one where I missed the square. So I kept making progress and then having to tear it out. And it's really getting to me because I don't know if you can keep tearing it out. I think I'm ruining the thread. So I started counting them and I realized it after I closed the gap for the border and I realized that they don't meet. They were just slightly off. So I had to go all the way back and like fix that. So that's not great. Oh, and then I do have one more knitting thing that I forgot to show you. I made a little bit of progress on a few rows of the color work for the half moon tee. And I'm actually going to move these to a larger cable soon. Probably. As soon as I pick this up again, it'll go on a larger cable because it's too small right now. Hopefully you'll get to see it better next time. But I made a little bit of progress on this. So I'm still kind of diligently working on this. I don't know, like, if I'm hoping I'll finish it in a few weeks, so I'll still get time to wear it. But we'll see. And then I think I want to do like a hat or something out of these colors because I really love them. And I'm thinking for like winter, they would make a really cute hat. If I had a pom-pom that was like this color, it'd be epic. Or like an orange pom-pom because this has orange in it. It'd be a crazy looking hat, but it'd be really cool. So we'll see. So the steampunk kits are limited supply. I only have 10 of each kit. And then there's only 1 slot left for the Halloween advent. And there's like 6 slots left for one of the Christmas ones and 8 slots for the other one that I collaborated with Samantha. So there's limited slots left, so we're doing really good on those. I just have to finish making all the minis. But we are panicking a little bit because they actually closed down some of the wool production in Peru. And as dyers, we get updates on what they're going to have in stock. And a lot of the websites have everything out of stock. So like 75-25 and 80-20s are really difficult to get. So I've branched out and tried new bases. And I have an 80-20 BFL, superwash BFL nylon base. And all the steampunk kits are going to be in that base. And I've heard it's like a lot shinier. I feel like it's not as soft, but for socks, I feel like I like that because it's hardier. So it will hold up a little bit better for socks. I think they're perfect for the sock kits. But going forward, like nobody knows what's going to happen. They said they were going to shut down for 10 weeks and then that they were going to come back. And then they came back like for 3 weeks at minimal capacity, so they couldn't turn out as much wool. So like distributors everywhere are hurting to try and get wool. And then it hurts us because we can't get the wool. So I'm just trying to figure out how to go forward with that. But I do have all the wool for the Halloween advent. And I'll probably, by the time I start making minis for the Christmas one, I think everything will come back around and it'll be fine. And there's other places I can get 80-20s from. Just right now in particular, everybody's sold out. So we're just waiting, you know. I still do have enough to like continue filling orders for a little while. And then I'll probably have to put sold out on those 80-20s if in a few weeks they don't replenish. But otherwise, I mean, I'm not alone. Sue from Legacy Fiber Arts, she is going through the same thing and taking pre-orders because certain bases she can't get in stock either. So I feel stressed about it, but I don't feel that bad because it's just a fact of what we have to go through right now with COVID and everything. So orders have been really good. I had the most orders go out last Friday than I've had in ever. So I feel like things are growing really quickly, which is really good because John didn't get his job, the job that he interviewed for, and we're still waiting. So in between, this has been really good to kind of support us a little bit. But it's still scary because, we have a lot of bills, and I'm sure everybody else knows, I have no idea what's going to happen. And he's been out of work almost 4 months now, so it's a little while, and it's kind of scary. So doing the yarn and having all this to do has been really nice, and the money has really helped us kind of get through. So thank you for those who ordered and for your patronage, because that helps as well. I ordered plants, and Samantha went and picked them up. So I have little herbs. I'm doing a little herb garden now, and I have a tiny little succulent because he's adorable. And I'm going to see if I can grow something, even though I usually can't grow anything. I usually kill everything immediately, so we're going to see how it goes. But I always wanted plants. I just never had the time to learn about them or to, grow anything. So I think I have the time now, and I'm doing a little herb garden. So you guys will see little clips of that here and there. So yeah, so happy making. I hope you guys have had a nice week. Thank you for those that reached out to send your condolences and to see if I was all right. I really appreciate it. And I will talk to you next week, and you'll hear from me in the making update this Monday. Bye.